Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, motherfucker.
Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood master caster. And guess what? We're going to Canada, baby. But we're not going alone. Let me bring in the person sitting next to me. I'm on the aisle seat. He's my middle seat. Brother Chaos, how you doing, pal?
Hey everybody, glad to be here. Thank you for having me again, Master Chaos. I'm doing well.
Yes, you are. You're going hog wild on your channel. I'm very happy about that. I always felt you would thrive on this, so I'm glad you're taking to it, man.
Yes, I'm posting Mondays and Thursdays. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Brother Chaos. And I want to congratulate you, Jose, for hitting 100 subscribers on your filmmaking channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just hit that this morning, which is, it's a big deal for a channel with no connections. Luckily, some people came from here over there to join me and learn more over there. But I've been connecting with a lot of newer people over there, and it's been really rewarding for me as a filmmaker. So I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, being new to YouTube, we were having a discussion before we went live. You never know what video is gonna be a hit or a flop. Like in my last
Yeah.
video, Shriek of the Mutilated, I put my heart and soul into it, and I pace myself during my reviews. I go slow, unless I get excited. If I get excited, you're gonna see some crazy Brother Chaos action. But if not, I go slow. It depends. I'm an enigma. I'm an enigma. So you never know what you're gonna get when you're watching a Brother Chaos video.
That's very true. That's very true. I know from having a Brother Chaos friendship, you never know what you're gonna get.
Right, right.
For better or worse. And you never know what you're going to get when you talk about Canadian cinema in general, but specifically Canadian kid movies, which are absolutely bizarre stuff. Now, I know you're familiar with Peanut Butter Solution because I showed it to you, right?
Yes, you did.
That's the quintessential, most famous Canadian what the fuck kid movie ever made. Are you a fan of that one?
I don't typically watch kids films. I think it's an odd film. It's fun, but I'm not a big fan of kids films. These three films that we saw, one of them I thought was heartwarming and nice and good. The other two were a little bit more unusual.
Yeah. Unusual to say the least. I'm curious about the heartwarming one because there's one movie on here. Well, two come from Vinegar Syndrome. Two have been released through a partner label. But there's one. But one of them I think has kind of a fan base. People really enjoy it, and I've got some hot takes on it because I was not happy with it. But we'll get to it when we get to it.
All right. Cool.
As the guest, where do you want to start?
Okay, I'd like to start with the film that I remember the least,
Okay.
and that is the Land of the Small, the Great Land of the Small.
Yeah, the Great Land of Small.
Great
Look
Land
at that
of Small.
fucking poster. A land where it doesn't matter how big you are, just how big you dream. Now, in the previous episode that we did, I went to IMDb, but I'm not going to do that now because this is a heads up for you as well. YouTube will demonetize you if you go to IMDb because the trailer will play automatically, and that will count as you using copyrighted footage. So don't go to IMDb.
Oh, but using
Stills is fine. It's the video.
the video. Okay, gotcha.
The video will always kill you, man. It sucks. It makes it very hard. And then you see that these big channels doing stuff with video, and I'm like, oh, how did they get away with it? It's because they've got YouTube reps that they can contact and say, hey, this is just me doing a review, and they can get away with it. But people like you and I cannot talk to YouTube. They will not listen to us. Okay, Great Land of Small. Do you want me? Well, I'll say the plot, and then I'll let you do the first round on it.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, let's do this.
While visiting their grandparents in the Quebec countryside, two children enter a fantasy kingdom and are confronted by evil forces. That's not exactly what goes on, but that's what Letterboxd says it's about. It's little kids are running around through the woods. There's like a dwarf guy who's from this place called the Great Land of Small, which sucks, by the way. It looks like the lamest place in town. And then he lost some gold like a leprechaun, and they help him find some gold. That's the plot. BC, take it away.
When we get later in the film, when we actually go to the Great Land of Small, I would think that there would be little people there. The only little person is the
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 king, the
the
brother.
king and his brother, his identical twin. I don't know if it's they're actual two actors or one actor playing both characters.
One actor.
Mm. Yeah, that's the only little person. Um, the land of the small is like a circus place.
Yeah.
People dressed like butterflies and just people in adult people dressed in costumes, and like you said, it's lame.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the main? What is he? A fairy
I don't know, man.
or
Magical
a
dwarf.
leprechaun?
I don't know.
The magical dwarf is he? Um, he loses his gold, and then during the movie he has to find it. This was my least favorite of the films. Let me see if I remember anything, because like I said in the beginning of this video, this is the one that I remember the least.
Okay.
I didn't like him. I didn't like his face.
He's
His
famous.
beard. He is?
Yeah, he's the dwarf from Twin Peaks. You've never seen it, even though you're a David Lynch fan.
Oh,
But
yeah!
yeah,
Brother, I knew there was something about that guy.
Mhm.
Yes, he's awesome in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't seen the series, but he appears in the movie Fire Walk with Me, right?
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
own that movie on Blu-ray through Criterion. Yes, yes. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Yeah. But here in this movie, he's like a smelly, dirty dwarf. He says he doesn't like water, and I remember right now that he says, the way he does his magic is he just says, magic, magic, gonna happen now. Come on, everybody, magic, gonna happen now. 1, 2, ah, ah. And it's the lamest incantation ever. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what kind of magic is that? And he only has in the movie like limited amount of spells.
Uh huh.
And then after that, I don't want to give spoilers, but after that he's screwed. So yeah, I mean yeah, it is what it is.
He's a magical dwarf.
Magical dwarf, yeah.
First off, the chat, Griff, hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're
Hey
well.
Griff.
Real Rambo says these movies are gay as hell, guys.
They are.
They are. But they're so weird that we had to lump them together because they're so bizarre. And bizarre in a weird way because they were made at the same time as like American kid movies. But these are so freaking nuts. Compared to stuff like Goonies or like American kid movies. Like, where was their mind? Like, are these guys high on maple syrup? What is going on? It's so crazy.
I like Canadian horror movies.
What's your favorite?
Now, don't kill me, but is Sledgehammer Canadian?
I don't think so.
No, which one? I'm thinking
Things is Canadian. I think Things is Canadian.
Things, yes,
Yeah.
I like Things a lot. That's one of my favorites, and I can't recall the other two that I want to talk about. But Things I enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Griff's asking, the same guy made most of these, right? Yeah, it's the same producer, and
Really?
blanking on his name, but it was the same producer, and he made a series of these movies. Let me see if I get to like the crew list. Rock Demers. He's the producer on all these movies. He also did Peanut Butter Solution. Okay, so let me give you my opening take on Great Land of Small. Here's the thing about this movie. It is aggressively boring and lame as hell. I mean, it's the worst kind of kids movie because it's one that not only talks down to its audience, but treats them like fucking mongoloids. It is so dumb, and Vinegar Syndrome sells this movie. You can, well, the OCN, Canadian International Pictures, sells it. You can buy it. I almost bought this movie during the subscriber week at the beginning of 2026.
Wow.
I almost bought it because people were like, "Oh, that's kind of fun," and then somebody says, "Don't buy it. It's really bad." And then somebody said, "Oh, it's on YouTube," and that's what spurred this video. I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll track it down. Maybe I can mix it because I know Dog Who Stopped the War came out, and that was the same company. I'm like, oh, I'll watch that, and then maybe we'll find a third movie." So that's how this video came about because of that sale. The movie's about a magical dwarf searching for lost gold. It's mediocre, it's unappealing, and it's so stupid. There's like a dog man, there's butterfly people. It's a complete mess. It's like the opposite of Neverending Story, a movie that's rich with imagination and talent. It's like literally the opposite. In such a low budget, cheap, lazy kind of movie. Hey, we have a dwarf. I know we can kind of make Willow in the woods. I actually don't know. Maybe this came out around the same time as Willow. I should probably look that up. I'm curious if there's a Willow connection because they weren't really hiring dwarves. Actually, yeah, it's connected to Willow. Yep. So they did it as a. Actually, no. Did Willow? Oh wait, Willow beat this. Oh yeah, I'm bad. My mistake. I take that back. Willow came out first. Oh no, last. Hold on, 1988, and then the other one is 1987. So this came out first. So Willow ripped off The Great Land of Small. I take it back. Sorry, it set the template. It set the template for Willow.
You know what? When the villain that is in possession of the magical golden fairy dust. What does the golden dust do? It looks like it's the summoning from Highlander or something. He's like, oh, the power. He's getting like a lot of power, like a beam of light is coming through him. But nothing actually happens. Like we don't see he gets special powers. He doesn't become a wizard. He doesn't become a genie. He doesn't get special abilities. He doesn't transform into anything. It's just light coming down when he opens the golden fairy dust.
Yeah.
And it's like cheap special effects. And then yeah. But,
it's lame. There's no conflict. There's no nothing. It's just kids running around with a dwarf in the woods. That doesn't sound like a good time to me.
This was my least favorite. Was this your least favorite too, Masakira?
No, it wasn't. It was not. But I did not like it. It's not going to get a high rating. Montag, thanks for chiming in. He says Rabbit and Dead Ringers are Canadian films, both directed by Cronenberg. Anything Cronenberg, when he lived in Canada, is great. Absolutely great stuff. Scanners, Shivers, all that stuff. Really, really good thing. Honestly, the only thing I like from Canada itself is when they shot TV shows there. Are You Afraid of the Dark? The first 5 seasons of X-Files. All that stuff. Yeah. I'm Goosebumps. I love that stuff, man. But
but those are American cast and crew that go to Canada to film. right?
No, the TV shows. Well, X-Files had Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, but all the other actors were Canadian actors.
Really?
Goosebumps, yeah, oh yeah, Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, all Canadian actors. I
Oh
mean, that
wow.
was produced out there, so that's the kind of stuff I
Right.
like. But
All
I
right.
haven't really found a Canadian movie I love beyond Cronenberg. To be completely fair, Film Phantom says Willow had the unbeatable Val Kilmer, and 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be awesome. And I'm one of the people that really love his Dr. Moreau movie. I think that's a lot of fun. That's a great movie.
Hmm.
Okay, your final thoughts on The Great Land of Small.
Why is it called the Great Land of Small? The only small person is the magical dwarf.
Yep, makes no sense.
I thought that in the land of small it would be populated by other small magical creatures.
Right,
But no, the rest are average sized human beings.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
look,
they,
that's an average sized queen right there.
yep. It's
And
very
dumb,
strange.
yeah,
Like they could only get one dwarf.
yeah, you know. So my final thoughts are: I do not recommend this movie. It's my least favorite of the three. I think I said that like 5 times. I gotta cut that bad habit out of my
It's fine.
videos. Yeah. What
And what's your coffin count? Is that what we're calling it? I forget. Doesn't matter. Coffin count. What would you give it?
well, my coffin count would be one. One
Okay.
coffin because it's poor quality. Poor, poor.
I think it had the ingredients to be something interesting, but it's just so boring, so bad. Nonsense script with cringy dialogue, non-existent plotting. It just makes me feel bad for the kids in Canada who were forced to, like, not forced, but like we're given this. Hey kids, watch this on TV. Oh man, dude, turn over to the American station. What the fuck? This is real bad. A 1 star or a coffin for me. It's junk. It's junk in the trunk, and not the good kind. It's terrible. It's the junk you leave in the trunk, and maybe get plastic surgery on. It's horrible. Very, very horrible. Film Phantom says miniables aren't just available all the time like Dinklage and Wee Man, but you would think there's a community. Like, I know for a fact there's a community out here in L.A. There's a community of dwarf actors that hang out. They got fucked out of Snow White. They ended up doing CG dwarves, which sucks. But Willow was the one movie that hired all these guys, so they all knew each other. They all worked with each other. So at the time, I would imagine Michael J. Anderson isn't like the only dwarf in Canada. I'm sure he's connected to other people, and like, oh hey, I can hire my friends to come in and actually give you a great land of small. But no,
Right, right.
the king has to screw a full size woman. What the heck?
Oh man.
Griff with a joke that I think Tracker Chaos would appreciate. Can't you get them for half price though?
Oh. There you go, Griff.
That's a total Tracker Chaos joke. He would have appreciated that.
Yes, he
Um,
would.
Film Phantom says, did anyone actually watch Snow White? I did. I watched it with my family. It sucks, but I give every movie a shot. Like I say, I will give every movie a fair shot, regardless. But it sucks. It sucks balls. Just like this movie. All right, so let's say goodbye to the Great Land of Small. I will never buy this on physical media. And I don't. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It looks pretty good, right? You would say it's recommended to watch on YouTube, right?
No.
Not even watch on YouTube.
Well, yeah, if you want to watch it on YouTube, if you're curious, but I wouldn't
Right.
recommend it. If
Gotcha.
you're curious, like if curiosity gets the best of you,
Mm-hmm.
watch it. I I consider myself a bad movie masochist. So if I were on the other side of the camera, if I was the audience member watching this video, I would be tempted to watch it. So in that case, yes, watch it, but know what you're getting into. It's
Yeah. Oh
not
yeah.
gonna be enjoyable to non-masochists.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. It's Willow for Mongoloids is what I would call it. Put that on the poster. Okay. Next movie. I'll pick. I'm gonna and I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess what your favorite movie is. So I'm gonna save that for last. I'm gonna guess your favorite movie was Dog Who Stopped the War.
That was my favorite movie. Yes.
Okay, I have a lot to say about that one, so let's leave that for last, and let's jump over to Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler. Oh yeah, this one does not yet have a release by Canadian International Pictures, but I'll tell you what, 100% this thing is coming. I can smell it now, especially if they're putting out Rock Demers films. If they put Dog Who Stopped the War, Great Land of Small, this one is absolutely gonna be up there. It's I think yeah, the series is called Tales for All. That's the Canadian sort of production company that he had for all these kid movies. So 100% this is coming. Maybe this year. Who knows? I don't know, but I have a feeling we're gonna get a physical release of this. Do you want that? Who knows? Wait till our review and then hopefully that'll decide. Here is the plot. When the Joker, Tommy Tricker, plays some practical jokes on some of his friends, his best friend Ralph, not really his best friend, they hate each other, a stamp collector, discovers the secret of stamp travel to make him travel around the world on a stamp to bring back the mysterious Charles Merriweather, who never returned on a stamp for 75 years. Okay, pal, I'll turn it over to you. Tommy Tricker, what are your opening thoughts on this weird movie?
Okay, I'm glad you got the picture out of my. I was trying to get a move around there. Okay, I liked this movie.
Okay.
Um, Tommy Tricker is an a-hole.
Yeah.
He takes advantage of his friends. His tricks are cruel and heartless. He's a jackass.
Yeah.
Don't I can't see how the other kids in the school remain friends with him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the kids he tricks because they're not. I was thinking at first, oh, this is gonna be kind of like a Canadian Dennis the Menace, but this kid
A fuck
is
nut.
yeah, he's an a-hole, man. And I don't know what the fascination. I don't know if there's a fascination with stamp collecting in Canada, but in this movie, every single person is fascinated by the hobby of stamp collecting. Now, I remember when I was 10 or 11, one of my great aunts had a stamp collection and she wanted me to collect them and she gave me a bunch of hers,
Mm-hmm.
but it sat in my drawer and I never touched it. And I think it's a boring hobby. No offense to anybody that collects stamps. It's just not like I think stamp collecting is boring for me,
Mm-hmm.
but in this movie, everyone thinks it's like the next Pokemon card collection
Yeah.
collecting or Yu-Gi-Oh card collecting. It's
Yeah.
that popular in the universe of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The adults collect stamps. The fathers teach their children how to collect stamps in this movie. But I still, beyond the fanaticism for this particular hobby, I still like this movie because the stamp traveling, I thought that was pretty original and creative. I haven't seen as many movies as you have, Master Chaos,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that I was getting kind of like Jumanji vibes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking, wow, this is fantastical. You say some kind of magical words, you shrink, and you become a part of the stamp, and you travel anywhere in the world that the letter is sent to, and then you magically come out of the stamp. Kids mainly, not adults, because you have to have, I think, a childlike imagination or something, right? I don't
Yeah,
think
something like that.
I don't think adults could do the magical stamp traveling. But I thought that concept was pretty original, and I had fun with this movie. I enjoyed it. What do you think?
Well, I'm glad you were so fascinated by the the concept of the movie. Film Phantom says, "Wow, that sounds dumb," based off the the plot. Real Ramble says, "I have a strong inkling that Bullet would give it all three of these 0 barrels. If you know, you know." Well, oh yeah. Actually, I think he liked one of them, but I don't know if he bought it. But he probably did not. Anyway, I agree. Tommy Tricker is a asshole, a obnoxious bully. But luckily, he's not the star of this movie. It's called Tommy Tricker and the blah blah blah, but the dude is barely in the movie, which is doesn't make any sense to me. And now I'm a stickler for titles making sense. I mean, that's like calling Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Like that's the title of the movie, but then the movie's about Short Round, and Indiana Jones is just kind of like around the plot. Dumb. I don't call it Tommy Tricker. He does nothing. He literally does nothing. Well, except I guess the inciting incident. He stole the thing and he tricks the kid out of the thing and makes him do this thing. So I guess the movie does happen because of him, but he's not instrumental to the plot, which makes it so frustrating for me that he gets top billing and he doesn't do anything. This is a dumbass movie that posits a magical world where kids are obsessed with stamps. You know, where, and you're right. It's the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh thing where they think they can make big bucks trading stamps. And I'm sitting there like, this is so fucking lame. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Like, this is so stupid. Never have stamps been cool. My dad used to collect stamps. I don't know if he still has it, but I remember he had like a stamp collection. And then he would show me, oh, look at the red one. There's a green one. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, and in my mind, I'm like, this is so dumb.
I could imagine a 10-year-old Jose looking at their stamps, looking, oh man.
Yeah, they're cool.
Trying to say they're cool. Oh.
Yeah. That was like, it's a hobby I never got. No offense to anybody who's really into it. That's great if it makes you happy. But dude, it just feels so dumb. That's like collecting, I don't know, rubber bands or like used tape. I don't know. I don't get it. But some of them are, you know, valuable and people can actually make money from some of them. I get that that's a thing. Like I never got swing as coin collecting either. That didn't make any sense to me. But the reality is no kid was really into stamp collecting like this movie thinks they are. So instantly the movie rings false for me. Like, it feels like this is absolute bullshit that these kids are creaming their jeans over stamps. This is so dumb. And so I instantly didn't give a crap. Then we get to the magical concept where they find a magical envelope or something. And Ralph, who is our real lead, can travel inside the stamp. And this is what it looks like. You get this really goofy animated sequence. And then he shows up on this stamp. And there he is traveling the world. Now, here's the downside. Because he goes to China. He goes to Australia. Here's the downside for me that doesn't work for me in the reality of the world. So you're traveling on this stamp. So you're telling me this guy is a prisoner of this little sticker that is subject to the whims of an envelope. And there's most of the journey is, oh my God, find the envelope. We have to mail it. Tommy's on the or not Tommy. Ralph's on the envelope. We got to find the envelope. And then he has to be mailed, which means this poor kid has to sit a prisoner on this sticker for days on end to travel. What a shitty way to fucking travel. Like, to me, that just doesn't make... That's like... I mean, obviously, he's a kid. He can't take a plane. But, you know, you could fly to China in 12 hours or so. Or Canada, I guess. Well, I don't know what the time difference is, but whatever. 12 hours. Or on a stamp, you could travel for, I mean, China, that might take him a week, 2 weeks to get to fucking China. So the reality of it just doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't feel magical. There's like one part where he gets to Australia where he had to pee really bad because he was a prisoner of a stamp and he couldn't piss. What the fuck is that? This is such a weird movie, dude.
But I think it all comes down to the hobby of stamp collecting. I think the makers of this film said, I really like stamp collecting. How can we make it more appealing to a kid audience?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then they thought, well, let's make stamps that are seemingly not so interesting more interesting. Let's make them magical. So kids could think that stamp collecting is fun. They watch this movie, they know it's fiction, that obviously they're not gonna be able to do this, but that
Mm-hmm.
might get them into stamp collecting.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder who wrote this film. What was the ideas going circling in the writers' room, or wherever, or the production team,
Uh-huh.
when they were planning in pre-production in the early stages of this project. But
Right.
I was still fascinated by the idea of being stuck in the stamp and traveling. I guess it appealed to the childlike innocence that I have hidden in my heart somewhere. You know?
Hidden in my heart. Yeah, I get you. Slut says, literally the first time I've actually gotten a notification on my phone for one of your videos. Well, do me a favor. Make sure you hit all notifications, and then you won't miss one. Problem solved. Thanks for being here. Griff, what is up? Yeah, funny thing is, I actually had a few stamp books as a little kid. Would get them with my cousin, similar to sticker books from Panini. I remember those, but those worked like stickers. You know, I think a sticker's cooler than a stamp. I don't know. I guess they're the same thing, but either way, the movie is a half-baked here's how you fix it. Here's how you fix it. The stamp takes you from where it's from. Oh, I have a stamp from China. Okay, do the stupid spell, which is, I think the spell here is worse than the spell in Great Land of Small. Dumber, much more dumb. Anyway, and then you go into the Chinese stamp, and then you get to China. Because him having to physically travel to fucking China? Hey, you know you can't use the same stamp twice, right? You can't mail him twice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I never thought about that. But no, I think the magic in the Great Land of Small is worse. The incantation to start the spell is worse. Because the dwarf is like going magic, magic. Yeah, that's the worst. Here it's bad too,
Uh-huh.
but I would say in the Great Land of Small it's a notch worse than here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both bad.
They're both bad.
The incantation, but I stick behind the fact that stamp traveling is original.
It's magical for you.
It's magical. Yeah, it's original. I never heard about something like that.
Yeah. I mean, sure. It's certainly original, yeah. But the movie is about these kids using a magical stamp to travel, and he goes to places like China. And honestly, I wasn't really clear why the fuck he was doing that. I think he's looking for somebody. I didn't know why he was traveling. Lost to me.
He's looking for a stamp collection of a small boy that collected stamps in an album, and it's hidden somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in the
yeah.
And in the what do you call that? The little notes that are in the book, it says, one of them says, "Oh, it's in the other side of the world."
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I remember that. I forgot he was looking for another stamp collector, and then at the end they realize. Well, I don't know. It's not a spoiler, so guess I won't say it. Not that anyone's gonna give two fucks about seeing this, but Okay, give your final thoughts on Tommy Tricker, whatever it is.
Final thoughts. Tommy Tricker is way worse than Dennis the Menace. I mean, I felt bad for him because there was this movie. I liked it because you see the backstory of Tommy Tricker, where he encounters a homeless man and he says, get away from me, don't touch me." And the girl is like, "Hey," the girl character,
Mm-hmm.
why are you so mean?" And one of the kids says, "Oh, that's because that's his dad." And you find out that I think his dad left him and now he's a tramp. His dad's a tramp or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he gets embarrassed about that and he has to feed his family because what I picked up was part of the reason that he gets into tricking people is to make money of selling bogus stamps for money to buy
Mm-hmm.
food for his mom and he has his sisters, right?
Yep.
So you get a little bit backstory on Tommy Tricker. He's still an a-hole because you don't do that, even if you. But you kind of say, "Oh, okay, I see why he's doing that."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't. He doesn't. His character arc, he doesn't change till the last frame of the movie. He's up to his old tricks.
And what's your rating?
My rating, I'm gonna give it 3.
That's a
No
lot.
surprise,
3.
right? 3, yeah. I like this movie.
Damn. Okay. Would you buy this? If oh, I mean, obviously, if you were buying, would you buy this as a physical copy if it came out?
No, because I don't buy kids movies.
Gotcha. You only buy adult films. Uh,
I buy
um,
films. Yeah, I don't buy kids movies. Yeah.
gotcha. Film Phantom says Tommy Trigger sounds like a douche. He is.
He is. Yeah.
He very much so is a douchebag. Beyond the fact that this movie should have worked, but it didn't. The concept I thought was dumb. I thought the young actors were really good. The kids are fine. The kids aren't the problem. I think the concept sucks. I think but they did spend money on it. They actually go to China. They actually go to Australia. They don't cheap out on that. But the concept is stupid. Tommy Tricker isn't the lead, so why is it called Tommy Tricker? FYI, there's a sequel called The Return of Tommy Tricker that they made like years later.
Oh my god.
Blew your mind.
I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like kids movies, but I can appreciate when a kid movie is good. So you didn't like the concept of time traveling,
No, I thought it was dumb as hell. Because like for me, logically,
even
it
for a
doesn't make
kid,
sense.
even for kids.
Well, here's the thing: the movie wasn't made by children. If the movie was made by, if they made this movie, it'd be like, awesome, guys, great fucking job, great damn job. But this movie was made by 50-year-olds, and I feel like they're talking down to the kids by making stupid shit. And if your movie has a stupid concept for kids, then I feel you're talking down to your audience, and for me that never ages well. So that's my issue with it. If you make a kids movie like Goonies, fucking Monster Squad, these are movies made for kids that didn't talk down to kids. I mean, there was goofy elements like Dracula has a car, whatever, kick 'em in the nards, stuff like that. But the movies, Lost Boys, that was a movie made for kids. Those are movies that around the same time as Tommy Tricker were made for a kid audience, but didn't talk down to the audience. They treated kids as respectful audience members that cared about good story and good developments. The Tommy Tricker concept is fucking dumb, and they're like, they probably thought the same thing. Oh, yeah, it's for kids, whatever. Yeah, stamp travel. Oh, but you can't use the same stamp again. It doesn't matter. Oh, but he's gonna be stuck on a stamp for like 2 weeks going to China. Yeah, it's fine. He's fine.
I liked it.
that's where I take offense with it.
I
Um,
didn't think that was their. I didn't think they were talking down to kids. I think they saw the kids. Kids have a very large imagination that we as adults lose as we grow into our 20s or 30s or 40s and so on. But kids could believe anything, and if they believe this, let them believe it. Even though you can't use the stem twice, like you said, which is that is a downside, yes. But don't be so harsh on the filmmakers. Stem travel is a fun idea for kids, even though it doesn't make 100% sense. It's still magical.
I'm gonna leave that comment on your next review when you don't like a movie. I'll say, don't be so harsh on the filmmakers.
All right, yeah.
I mean, that's how I always review it from that angle. Because to me, it's just as much as I hate to say it, movies are a product, and they are made for a reason. And so I'm always looking at the reasoning behind it. Well, why did they make this? Film Fandom says Lost Boys is rated R. Yes, rated R, but 80s rated R is different from rated R of nowadays. Everything was rated R. It's fucking. You could see rated R movies. You could walk in and see a rated R movie back in the 80s. It's a different time. Different time. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go with 1 star for Tommy Tricker. Super dumb. Uniquely bizarre. I like the kids. The kids were good actors. I don't blame them. I think the movie had all the right ingredients. It reminded me of a Moonbeam movie from the Full Moon days. Something Moonbeam might have done. Those are better movies in my opinion. This crap. A 1 star for me.
I think Chucker Chaos might enjoy this movie because he watches kid shows and stuff like that.
I mean, let's be honest. He likes everything. He's not that picky.
Right, right.
I love you, Tracker Chaos. I know you're watching, but
I love Chucker Chaos as much as you do, and I think he could watch this film with his kids and he could have a good time with it.
yeah.
I'd recommend it to him. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he gives it a shot. But I know for a fact these movies would not work on specifically my kids. I don't think they would respond to these movies. But my kids grew up being very critical. Like they're certainly little Roger Eberts when it comes to cinema. All right, last movie of the night. This is the one that a lot of the people were very excited for. When it came out through Canadian International Pictures, it was sort of a big deal, I guess, for some people. I'd never heard of it. Luckily, it was on some a YouTube kind of thing to be able to watch it, and that is The Dog Who Stopped the War. This is the artwork from the Blu-ray release. Here is the plot, and then I'll turn it over to BC for his opening thoughts. 92 minutes. War, peace, love, and honor in the world of children. As the Christmas holidays begin, a group of 10 war-obsessed kids have a wave of inspiration. What if they spend the next 2 weeks engaged in a simulated war, armed only with shields, wooden swords, snowballs, and a fierce sense of competition? With a bounty chest waiting for the winners, the two sides gradually grow in size, and the war grows in importance, taking over all aspects of their lives. Hey, you know what's missing from that description? The dog! We'll get to it. BC, take it away. Opening thoughts.
The dog has very little to do in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Opening thoughts is, as I was watching the movie, I fell in love with the kid character actors. They were magnificent.
Wow. Okay.
Acting wise. I liked the the girl. with
Uh huh.
the pink that she's always on skis. What's her name? What was her name? Samantha? Sam?
I don't remember anybody's fucking name, dude.
Okay, well, but I saw this 2 nights ago. How when did you see this?
I saw it a while ago. I don't know when. My review was a while ago. On the 5th of January. So wow, 10 days ago.
Wow. Okay, so this is pretty much has to do with the imagination that kids have and how innocent they are. But they're obsessed with war. But this is a kid war where no one gets hurt except throwing snowballs. Now, one kid, they split up during their Christmas break into two factions,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them wants to build a fort. And I'm thinking, is this kid a structural engineer? How could he build this impressive fort being, what, 12 years old? Something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he builds
Something
this
like that.
ice fort. I'm like, damn, it must be really cold in Canada where the ice fort doesn't melt, because it's made of ice blocks.
Yeah. De Niro had a question about your volume. I can't do anything on my end, but he sounds loud enough to me, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's low for you. But you're just talking into your phone, right?
I think this has a mic connect
A mic.
inside. A mic, yeah.
A mic.
Sorry.
um, no, no worries. Yeah, he sounds fine to me. I don't know. If anyone else is having issues, let us know. We can fix it for next time.
I
Can,
I bought the little microphone that you connect to your shirt. Should I wear
mm-hmm.
that next time? But then I wouldn't have the headphones.
Um, well, it's because you're on your phone and that limits inputs. No, you should keep the headphones on because the headphones is better. For the thing. Maybe get a head. Well, down the line, maybe get a headphones with a microphone.
Oh, with the extension, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Where was I? Where was I? Oh yes, yes.
The fort.
As this movie developed, I thought this is a kid version of Romeo and Juliet. Isn't that interesting? Cause they have this girl has a crush on a boy, and they're from uh
Sides.
different sides of the war that they're playing during their Christmas vacation, and the kid likes the girl too, and it's kind of cute to see how the girl is talking to the kid gently, and then the girl's sister comes out of the door at the house. She says, "Are you coming?" And then the girl absolutely gets serious. She says, "Stop peeping on me! Get out of here! What are you doing around my house? Get away!" So she acts like a tough girl, but she's sweet on the little boy that she likes. You
Right.
know, I thought that was cute, kid romance, puppy love. You know,
Uh huh.
I liked that a lot. So I was thinking Romeo and Juliet for kids plus the inventiveness of the kids during the war with the ice fort, the snowballs that have paint on them,
Mm-hmm.
but the dog does basically nothing in this movie. I want you go ahead and give us your take on this.
Griff says, I actually saw a cartoon called Snow Time, and it turns out it's just a retelling of this movie. Had no idea at the time. Yeah, I was gonna
Oh
mention
wow.
there's an animated version of the movie, which I think would be very bizarre. I'm gonna spoil this movie for people, and the reason I'm gonna do it is because something happens in this movie that made me so angry. First of all, fuck this movie. Fuck it. This movie made me so mad, and I'll tell you why. And I'll save the spoiler for the second half, so I won't get away. because it makes a choice that has nothing to do with the plot, but it makes such an awful choice that it by default affects the plot in an inorganic way. And the way the dog stops the war is just so fucking insane to me that and this is an adult said, you know what would be great? Let's make a movie where this happens. So absolutely insane to me. I don't know how anybody likes this movie. To me, this is like people. This is devastate children. Go ahead.
When I was watching, I thought it would be kind of cool if the way they stopped the war was the dog's leg get caught in the bear trap.
I mean, we'll save that for the second half. But there's better ways for him to have stopped the fucking war. God damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, normally I love kids movies like this. This reminded me of South Park, but without the humor and without the good writing and without the interesting characters. This could have worked. As a matter of fact, there's a game called South Park Snow Day, which is basically this exact same thing, where they take sides and they're fighting each other with forts and stuff like that. So it's kind of this exact same movie. That's fun. This wasn't fun for me. I honestly, I wanted to love it, but I could not connect with it. Beyond the fact that I felt the dialogue was atrociously lame, there was unlikable characters. I couldn't connect with anybody, and I'm all about kids cinema. For me, it makes it makes me happy to see these kind of movies, but then it makes me mad when they do them wrong. You know what I mean? Like I go against it.
You didn't like the romance?
No, you know what? I couldn't care less, and it was I'll tell you why. I think there was too many characters, and I think the fact that the girl liked the boy from the other team, I thought that was a weird choice because she was talking to the leader of the other team that she was on. So for me, that felt weird. I was like, well, why did that guy get sidelined character-wise when he should have been the one that fell in love with the girl? There was a lot of weird choices to me with that script. Stuff that, that I think could have worked, but just did not work. There you go. Real Rambo's a fan of South Park Snow Day. Heck yeah, really fun game. Super fun. Super fun. Grizz says, I like this one. It's not great, but it reminded me of being a kid and having snowball fights, ones that lasted all week. We did stuff like this on my street back in the day. That's great.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I never grew up with snow, so maybe if you grew up with snow, it means more to you. But you can't, I can't imagine anybody would be down for what happens at the end of this movie. Like, I can't imagine this movie. The script, how did the script get made? God damn it. So the bulk of the movie is, we're fighting this snowball fight. But that is boring and dumb on its own. Because the stakes are stupid, and I feel like the kids aren't clever enough to, to make it interesting. So it's literally just watching kids play in the snow. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking dumb. This is boring. And all the while, I'm like, where's the dog? You see him in the background. Look at this wide shot. This is pretty much as much of the dog as you get. Kind of, he's in the wide shot. And I thought, well, he kind of looks like Cujo. I wonder if he's going to get rabies. And then the war stops because they had to fight the dog off or something. But no, it was like a sweet movie. It was a sweet, kid movie. For the most part. It was just uneventful and uninteresting. And then we get to the ending, which I won't spoil here, but well, actually, you know what? Let's just go into it. Here's how the dog. Here's how they stopped the war. And I'm gonna tell you right now. If you don't want spoilers, you can leave. But you need to know this because it'll affect if you enjoy this movie or not. The dog goes to their final battle. He's walking around, joins them at their snow fort, and the dog finds like a little hidey hole in the snow, like a little cave. and it goes in there to sit down like an igloo, like just to rest in the fucking snow. Then this happens. They part of the wall collapses. The snow fort collapses, and it falls on the dog. You laughing makes it even creepier.
Yeah. I said I'm not a fan of kids movies. I like this movie because you made me watch it and I liked it, but I thought that was
Well, I'm glad that made you laugh. I was like, no fucking way that just happened. So all the kids say, stop the war, the dog, let's get the dog out. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's what they're gonna dig the dog out. That's what stopped the war. They all band together to save the dog. No, you know what this motherfucking movie does? They dig the dog out, and it's fucking died. They kill the dog. How does the dog stop the war? It fucking dies by accident. Are you fucking kidding me, movie? Fuck this movie in the eyes.
yeah, that's twisted. That's twisted, man.
It's like, imagine like you're a young child and you're watching this fun movie and all of a sudden the cute dog dies. What the fuck, dude? And in such a horrible way. And then what happens? The kids go, oh, I guess we're done playing now. Let's bury the dog. Game over.
Yeah.
Credits. What the fuck?
Yeah, they don't cry over the dog or nothing like that.
Well, I
They
think
just say, okay.
the main guy does cry over it, but it's
Oh.
like, oh man, I'm sorry, he was a good dog. Okay, well, back to school tomorrow. Bye, guys. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
the dog didn't stop shit. Like, the war would have been over when school started.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, fuck that movie. That pissed me off, dude. I'll give my rating after yours, but what a piece of shit. Okay, so give me your final thoughts and your feelings on the ending.
Now that the way I don't have kids, I don't think
Okay.
I'll ever have kids. I'm I'm on my own for the foreseeable future,
Yeah.
and I have a dark sense of humor, so I thought it was kind of funny, but not for a kid to watch this. Like I wouldn't. I have my cousin Chachi's daughter, baby Emma. She's like 8 or 9. I wouldn't want her to see the dog die. So I
Yeah.
understand that. I understand that. But me watching it by myself, I was thinking the dog should have died in a cooler way, having his paw caught in a bear trap, all bloody and stuff like that, screaming, dragging his
Wow.
leg, howling, "Oh, oh, oh," howling with his, oh brother. But that wouldn't have been a kid's movie. That's just my imagination running wild with me.
Yeah, good
But
for you.
no, I don't recommend it for kids. It has a twisted ending. Kids are very susceptible to animals being killed in movies.
Yeah.
So no, not for kids. I wasn't thinking, but the rest of the movie for me was pretty solid. It lets you see the imagination that kids have,
Right.
you know? When they're
Yeah.
organizing the war, they're so dedicated to the rules and everything. Like one of the kids is reading off the rules. Okay, first, commander in chief, scouts, you be on the lookout, you be on the flank, stuff
Mhm.
like that. You know, they're
Yeah.
very dedicated and serious about playing war during the Christmas vacation. So I
Mhm.
thought that
Yep.
was cool. I give this movie also 3 coffins, but I liked it more than Tommy the Jackass Tricker or whatever. I liked it more because
Wow.
it seems more naturally fun for kids, except the death of the dog. And I
Yeah.
hope all
Yeah.
all of you out there know that me laughing at the dog's death is not because I'm heartless. It's just because I watched it alone. Kids are not around me,
Uh.
and It's just brother chaos and watching a stiff dog.
Watching a stiff dog.
Cause he's frozen stiff. Yeah.
Sydney says BC wants to really traumatize the children. We should call them the children traumatizer. That's a good name. This is how your legend begins, man. Forgot to rewind. Says BC is worse than Blake. Jeesh. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Fuck this movie, dude. It's like, it's like the end of ET. He's about to get on the ship. I'll be right here. Bam! Bullet hole through the face. ET drops dead. Gray matter on Elliot. Cut the credits. Why? Why did they have to do that? And again, this is made for children, so why make that decision? It doesn't change the plot. It doesn't influence anything. It doesn't change anything. It wasn't like, oh, because my dog died, now I've cured cancer. Or now I'm friends with this guy. Or if it wasn't for my dog dying while we were fucking idiots playing in the snow, I wouldn't have met the love of my life or whatever. The dog's death literally does nothing. Does it stop the war? Yeah, for the time being. But you know what? You know what? School was starting. The war would have stopped. The dog didn't need to fucking be a part of the movie. It pissed me off, man. Pissed me off so much. Real Rambo says, I'm not into dogs dying. I don't give a fuck. Movie can go F itself. Absolutely. Sydney says, have you ever seen Ring of Bright Water? I have not. It has the same awful type sad ending that puts a damper on the whole film. Well, I'm gonna stay away. Thanks for the warning on that. I don't like it. Look, a movie has to, at the very least, end well. Satisfying. That's why audiences love a good happy ending. That's why happy endings are satisfying. Because you want to at least walk out, oh, well, the beginning kind of sucked, but that ending hyped me up or made me excited. Or, oh, hey, we're going to get a sequel, get ready, get hyped for the next adventure. But to end it on such a dour note, to me, just killed the damn movie. 1 star for me, or Coffin. Awful, man. It just pissed me off so much, and I think I'm done watching Canadian kid movies. They're not for me. They operate on a different wavelength, and I'm not there with them, man. I'm done. What about you? Would you watch any more?
No.
But what if you found out that there was more animal deaths in them? Would you?
I'm not a fan of animal deaths, but I believe the human deaths are worse. Some people say that animal deaths are worse than human deaths. Like if a kid died in the movie, forget about it.
Right.
That would be the ultimate no. After that, an animal death is also pretty tragic and harsh because they're beloved pets.
But hilarious, right?
I was just trying to have fun on this live.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding, yeah.
Yeah. But the rest of the movie was pretty fun. The dog had nothing to do with the movie. Cleo,
nothing.
I think was the dog's name. It was
a
female dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Cleo. Jesus fuck, man.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
It's so weird, dude. Completely bizarre to me. But anyway, so I'm done with Canada movies. When it comes to kid shit, I'm just not interested. I know for a fact I'm not going to be investing in any of these movies. Collection wise, they don't belong on my shelf.
Right.
Well, that's it for this episode, our deep dive into Canadian kids cinema. BC, do you want to plug your channel? There's a link right now in the live chat. You can go subscribe to BC. And then also there is a poll, and you can vote on what your favorite kid movie was if you had seen these before. Go ahead and plug away.
Yes, I started my new channel like the last week of December 2025. I'm gonna be posting film reviews of B movies, mainly horror, a sprinkle of action movies, Mondays and Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Um, I'm an amateur trying to learn. I need all the support I can get. Um, yeah, if you want to see B movie reviews, that's what I specialize in, and let's have fun together. Eh, Drop by the BC channel. The link, like Master Chaos said, is in the chat.
And I'm gonna be live with BC on his channel later in the month. We're gonna
The
be talking.
27th.
I forgot the name of the damn movie already, but some is like the crappiest action movie I could find on Tubi.
Fight of Fury from 2020.
Yeah, so join us for that. Mutineer says they didn't kill the dog for real, guys. Relax. Well, obviously they didn't kill the dog for real, but they killed the dog in the story, and I take
I'm
offense
relaxed.
to the story. Yeah, I take offense to it as a story choice. It's a poor choice. That's what upsets me because I'm reviewing the movie, not the real life. Obviously, the dog's fucking dead now, but yeah, I'm sure he walked away and took a piss in the snow, but it doesn't. He didn't need to die in the movie. I thought that was dumb. Um, by that logic, anything sad that happens in a movie didn't really happen. Obviously, but it's still the plot they gave us did not work for me. Forgot to rewind says, so do we think Blake is watching kids' movies these days, or is he still watching movies like True Lies and Die Hard 3 with his kid now? I'm sure. I mean, Blake is the guy who's watched the new Puss in Boots movie like 6 times by himself. Well, probably with his
Oh wow.
fiance. So he likes kids' movies. It was just I think that stuck to him. But yeah, I'm sure when the kid's old enough to watch movies, he'll be watching kid entertainment. Montag asks if I've seen the Agfa Crazy Kids disc. Not completely yet. I only watched about 2 things on it. We're working our way slowly through it. I'm trying to get my kids to watch it, but they won't. They won't. After the last thing they watch Polly Pocket, and they're like, no, we don't want to watch any more of this. So it's hard. It's hard to get them to watch that stuff. But I love that the 60s bullshit. Okie dokie. As for me on this channel, I will be starting my weekly live show sometime next week. I haven't really set a date yet, but if you've been here for a while, by the way, drop a thumbs up if you haven't already. Take it to the show. Highly appreciate it. If you've been watching for a while, I'm bringing back Coffee with Chaos. It's gonna be a weekly show where we talk movie news, physical media, all that kind of stuff. Be about 2 hours or so, and we'll sort of catch up. So join me for that weekly live show, and going forward, that will be the content, the main content coming out of here, just time wise, as I handle this channel and 2 other channels that I'm working on, plus film career, plus stay at home dad. There's a lot on my plate, so it's hard. It's really hard to focus, but I'm doing my best to get as much as many videos out there and entertainment as possible for you guys. Mutineer says, just saying, it's okay for BC to have a giggle. Oh, sure. Absolutely. All right. So let's call it a day. Thanks for joining me, BC. I appreciate you coming in, man.
No problem. I'm glad to be here. We'll see each other again. Remember, I'm going live on my channel. It's gonna be different because I don't have money. I don't have this fancy app called StreamYard that we're using here for this. It's gonna look different. It won't be a fancy background. I do not own a computer. It's gonna be through my YouTube mobile live. It looks way different, kind of like FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
But when financial times get better, hopefully I'll get myself a laptop and things will look more professional. So right now, if you decide to stop by the Brother Chaos channel, you'll see my studio, which is my old Jeep Grand Cherokee from the year 2000, which is half dead, and the roof is kind of like caving in the fabric. It's a mess, but that's that's Brother Chaos. You don't go for the fancy set designs on Brother Chaos channel. You go to have fun. Hopefully, let's have fun together. Join me. You know, I'm
There you
trying
go.
my best to put out content that you guys will appreciate. And bueno, I'm new at this, so be patient with me and much love and respect for everyone out there.
Couple reviews for you. Griff says BC does a great job on his reviews. Been really liking your channel, bro.
Thank you, Griff. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. It really does, sincerely.
De Niro says really liked your Shriek of the Mutilated review.
Thank you, De Niro. Is it? Yeah, I'm looking on my phone. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As you can see, I'm still nervous in the when I'm filming myself. When my hands are in the shot, they shake a little bit because I'm nervous still. I gotta get my mojo rising. I don't know what the term for that is. I gotta get my groove. I
Bone
gotta get my
Zone.
groove. Yeah, bro zone. I gotta get into the bro zone. Yeah,
No, the Bone Zone.
the bone zone. No, no, no. You're thinking something different. I gotta get my groove on. I gotta get into the spirit. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's my advice for that, and then we'll let you go. There's really nothing to be nervous at. You're just talking to a camera. Don't think of it as you're talking to an audience. Think of it as you're literally just talking to a camera, as if you're talking to yourself. Or picture me, or picture TC. You're just telling a friend, "Hey, this is what I thought about this," and don't worry about being judged or being looked at, or does this sound dumb. Luckily, you edit, so if feel free. If I was like, "Oh wait, that sounds dumb," I'm gonna cut that out. Let me start again, and give yourself takes. You know what I mean? Don't feel, oh, I said that, so I have to make sure I pay that off. Like, no, okay, just in my edit, take that out, start from here, and then perfect it yourself. Give yourself that leeway to make mistakes, but don't worry about that.
I purposely leave some minor bloopers in because I think they're charming. I don't know. Not
Sure.
everything. Like when my cold is pretty much gone now. But when I had a cold, I would be coughing completely. Like I would cut that crap out. Like yeah, because that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut the coughs out. Cut you drinking. You know
I like
that's
myself drinking water. I think that's cool. I'm a slow paced guy when I'm by myself.
okay. I mean, if
But
that's your style, that's your style. But
yeah,
I mean, it's if the audience likes it, the audience likes it. But um, uh, in terms of nerves, I mean, you're just filming in your car. You're not on stage, so
right. That's true. That's true.
take a deep breath, get in the bone zone, as they say.
All right.
Forgot to rewind says I was surprised he didn't have Mac and me at #1 after you all sucked that movie's dick. uh, yeah, I was surprised he didn't put Mac and me at #1 too. We're talking about Blake. That's weird that he did that. But anyway, so BC's next video is gonna. Well, actually, are you renaming your videos? Jess Franco's tits or something like that?
Yeah. Y'all ready for this?